Yes, Councillor, I've just done it.
It's done. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So good afternoon and welcome to the Finance, Resources and Customer Services Policy Board. This is the first meeting of the Policy Board that has been held remotely, and I must confirm, as you know, it's been recorded. As you know, we're not able to hold meetings in public and at our usual location due to government guidance and public health measures to tackle the COVID-19 emergency. Therefore, it is important that we take these steps available to us to make the proceedings of this Policy Board open to scrutiny, not only by the public but also by other elected members. And I can advise that the recording of this meeting will be available to watch on Renfrewshire Council's website following the meeting. Although most members of the board are familiar with the basic rules to be followed for a meeting held remotely, to ensure that the meeting proceeds efficiently, there are a couple of additional points that I need to bring to your attention. These are: it's important when meetings are being recorded that it is only the person who is speaking who has their microphone on. This is because on the recording, if the noise from another microphone is picked up, the picture in the recording may move to the sources of that noise and detract from the speaker. For the same reason, it is important that there is a short pause between speakers to enable the camera to adjust to the new speaker. The contents of the conversation bar in the side instant messaging bar will also be shown with the recording. Members who are accessing by phone only should also put their phones in mute when not addressing the meeting. Before moving on to the agenda, can I ask the clerk to do a roll call of members so that it's clear who is present on the recording?
Thanks, Councillor Shaw. The members that I have present at the moment are Councillors Begg, Councillor Bill Brown, Provost Cameron, Councillor Audrey Doig, Councillor Jim Hart, Councillor Kenny McLaren, Councillor John McNaughton, Councillor Ian Nicholson, Councillor Jim Patterson, Councillor Jim Sharkey, Councillor John Shaw, Councillor Andy Steele, Councillor Jane Strang. I have apologies from Councillor Hood, and I know that Councillor Sheridan is currently trying to go on with the help from IT, so I'll keep monitoring that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any declaration of interest? I'll declare an interest in that my my partner's employer, Turning Point, is mentioned in page 123 of the procurement report. The report is only for noting. There's no decisions being made on it, so I'll continue to chair the meeting. Do we have any other declarations of interest?
Yeah, Convener.
Sorry, who's that?
It's me.
Ian, sorry, you popped up there.
There's no wavy hands.
There's dulcet tones.
Yeah, I'm declaring the same interest yourself. My wife's organisation, Quarriers, is mentioned in the procurement report, but as it's for noting, I'll be taking part in the decision, the board.
Okay.
Thank you.
Councillor Doig.
Thank you. It's the same reason. My husband's employer, which is the RCA Trust, is mentioned in this report also, but as it's for noting, I'll still be taking part.
Okay, do we have any other declarations of interest? Nope. Okay, item 1 on the agenda is the Joint Consultative Board non-teaching minutes for noting. Do we have any questions? Nope. Item 2 on the agenda is the Revenue and Capital Budget Monitoring Report for 26th of June 2020. Do we have any questions? Can we agree the recommendations? Okay. Item 3 on the agenda is the Revenue and Capital Budget Monitoring Report for the Council overview to 26th of June 2020. Do we have any questions? Can we agree the recommendations? Okay. Item 4 on the agenda are council tax accounts for write-off. Do we have any questions? No. Can we agree to authorise the write-off? Item 5 on the agenda is the non-domestic rates accounts for write-off. Do we have any questions? No questions. Can we authorise the write-off? Okay. Item 6 on the agenda is the housing benefit overpayments accounts for write-off. Do we have any questions? No. Can we authorise the write-off? Item 7 on the agenda is the sundry debtors accounts for write-off. Do we have any questions? No. Can we authorise the write-off? Items 8, 9 and 10 are the service updates. I would just like to commend all the workers involved here who have done just an amazing job over the last few months. Some of the stories are here, and some of the stories that are included within these reports are, it's just amazing, some of the work that's been done. So thank you very much. I think that's what I'm trying to say here. So item 8 is the Chief Executive Service update. Do we have any questions on that? Sorry, John. Councillor McNaughton, sorry.
Yes, thanks. A couple of points on page 67, paragraph 4.3. It refers to the grants and support to local businesses. It was really just to commend the officers and the work that they did in that respect. I, in particular, had some constituency businesses who approached me who initially had problems accessing the grant, but appeals were dealt with very quickly, additional information was given, and I'm quite convinced that some businesses are operating today because of the speed of action by our staff. And it's just to put that on record. The other point is on page 68, under the marketing communications events, and it was really just to draw attention to the Radical Rising of 1820, which this is the 200th anniversary, and because of COVID, although some events went ahead, what we had planned didn't. Given the significance of those events from 1820, 200 years ago, in Scotland's journey to independence, I would ask officers if they can look to roll forward to next year, perhaps, COVID allowing, to reinstate some of the most significant events around that, given the significance of the historical event. That was all. Thanks.
Okay. I think, I would entirely agree with some of the work done in these grants. It was incredible. Having dealt with some of the other councils round about in terms of how they were dealing with the grant applications, ours was just a world apart in terms of how they were doing it. It was so proactive. It was amazing. So, Councillor McLaren.
Yeah, it was just to really agree with what's been said by Councillor McNaughton. A lot of local businesses were relying on those grants to see them through, and I believe this council is one of the best performing councils in processing the grants. It's just a shame that other departments like environment were putting in barriers to local businesses. Maybe those that are dealing with the grants could have a word with environment to explain to them how.
Councillor McLaren, I think we take the environment issues to the Environment Board. This is the Finance Board. Okay.
Oh, I was just congratulating them.
Yep. Okay, thanks. Thanks. Councillor Cameron. Councillor Cameron. Or Provost Cameron, even. Will that work? Nope.
Hi,
okay.
Convener. Can you hear me?
We can now, yes.
Yeah, sorry, I lost the connection there and had to sign back in. It was just in response to Councillor McNaughton's concerns about the 1820 commemorations, and it was just to reassure him that I had been working with the 1820 Society. We actually had quite a good event planned, a civic event, but as far as I'm concerned, that's just on hold, John, and we can revisit that. And I'm hoping that a few months' time we can just hold that again the way that it was originally planned, just a little bit later.
Okay, thank you very much. Can we agree to note the report? Thank you. Item 9 is the Finance and Resources Service update. Councillor Doig, you have a question?
Yes, thank you, Convener. It's just to highlight on page 78, 4.2, the IT service and its proactive and upscaling of all the remote access information. We wouldn't be having this meeting today if it hadn't been for our incredibly hard-working ITC service, and I just want this noted that I appreciate all the help they've given us and all the work they've done, and like others, they have been frontline and never off duty basically during this pandemic, and I just want that to be noted. Thank you, Convener.
Thanks very much, Councillor Doig. It was an amazing job at the start. It was almost seamless as everybody moved out the office. Again, in sort of comparison, you're hearing of other councils where they're stealing laptops off the councillors to give to frontline services. It was just an amazing job done by our team. So thanks again. Do we have any other questions? Can we note the report? Okay, item 10 is the FM service update. Do we have any questions? No, can we note the report? Item 11 is the annual procurement report, 1920. Do we have any questions? No, can we note the report? Item 12 is a very positive report from the Investigatory Powers Commissioner's Office. Do we have any questions on that? Okay. Just agree the recommendations. Item 13 is the salary adjustment policy. Do we have any questions on that? No. Can we agree the recommendations? Thanks. Item 14 is the revised data protection policy. This gets revised every 2 years. Do we have any questions? Can we agree the recommendations? Okay, item 15 is the recommended public holidays for employees 2021. Do we have any questions? Can we agree the recommendations? Item 16 is the town twinning arrangements with Renfrew County, Canada. Do we have any questions? No, can we agree the recommendations? Item 17 is the inspection of salmon fishings in the River Clyde.
Chair, I have a question.
Sorry, Councillor Sharkey.
Yes, my apologies for lateness. There was some problem with Surface Pro for that. But on this, it refers to a Queen Anne doing a charter. Which Queen Anne was that?
I don't know, Councillor Sharkey. I'm not a big buff of royal history, unfortunately. So maybe the provost can tell us.
She was King James's daughter.
Hello. Queen Anne, who was on the throne in Queen Anne, who was on the throne in 1703.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I know nothing about her. I apologise.
No, it's been spelt wrong then. It should have spelled with an E if it's King James's daughter.
Lovely.
Thanks, Councillor Sharkey. We'll get that updated. Okay, do we have any other questions on that? Can we agree the recommendations?
Agreed.
Thank you. Item 18, we're on to contract authorisations now. Item 18 is contract authorisation for employee benefits. Do we have any questions on that? No, can we agree the recommendations?
Agreed.
Good. Item 19 is a contract to provide advanced automation technology. Do we have any questions? Councillor Hart? Oh, sorry, you're on 20. I'm still on 19 here. Can we agree the recommendations for item 19? Thank you. And item 20, traffic signal equipment at 7 junctions within Renfrewshire. Councillor Hart.
Thanks. Can I ask, will the sequencing issues that have been raised before by the community, will they be addressed with this upgrade?
The sequencing issues on the particular traffic lights that are in this contract, or just in general?
It's referring to the ones that are within this contract because there's a report about this contract.
So which ones is it, Councillor Hart, you're in particular looking at?
So the particular ones in Johnston, and there's one in Paisley which has been brought to my attention.
Okay. Bridget?
I think that would have to be a question for the service convener.
Okay, Councillor Hart, we'll get an answer back to you on that one. It's an upgrade, so you would hope that the sequencing, if there are sequencing issues, then these sequencing issues would be sorted out, but we'll get an answer from the service for you. Okay.
All right, thanks.
Do you have any other questions? Can we agree with our recommendations?
Agreed.
Good stuff. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay.
We'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.